man walked into a police station in broad daylight, calmly told the officer on duty that he was about to disappear forever, and then did exactly that. No panic, no signs of distress, no evidence of foul play. Within 24 hours, he was gone without a trace, leaving behind a locked room, an untouched bank account, and a mystery that law enforcement would spend decades trying to untangle. And the deeper they dug, the less sense it made. This is the case police could never solve. It began in the quiet, unremarkable town of Port Angeles, Washington, a place where the Pacific fog rolls in slowly, and people tend to know their neighbors by name. Nothing about the town suggested that it would become the setting for one of the most baffling disappearances in modern American history. It was the kind of place where doors were left unlocked, where routines rarely changed, and where the unexpected stood out immediately. At the center of this story was Daniel Mercer, a 42-year-old accountant who had lived in Port Angeles for nearly 15 years. He was, by every available account, ordinary. He worked predictable hours, filed his taxes early, called his mother every Sunday, and spent his evenings reading or watching old movies. He had no criminal record, no known enemies, and no history of mental illness. His co-workers described him as quiet, but reliable. His neighbors said he was polite, the kind of man who would shovel your driveway without being asked. There was nothing about Daniel Mercer that suggested he was about to vanish. In the weeks leading up to his disappearance, nothing appeared out of place. He showed up to work on time. He completed his assignments. He made small talk in the break room. Surveillance footage from his office building showed him entering and leaving at the same hours. As always, his phone records revealed routine calls and messages. No sudden spikes, no unknown numbers, no hidden pattern waiting to be discovered. But something had changed. Quietly, a co-worker would later recall that Daniel had started pausing mid-sentence, as if he had momentarily forgotten what he was saying. Another mentioned that he seemed distracted, occasionally staring at nothing for several seconds before snapping back into focus. It was easy to dismiss. People get tired. People get stressed. No one thought much of it at the time. Until the morning he walked into the police station. It was just after 9 in the morning when Daniel entered the building. The front desk officer later described him as calm, composed, almost unusually so. He wasn't sweating. He wasn't agitated. If anything, he seemed relieved. He approached the desk, placed both hands on the counter, and said something that would haunt the department for years. "I need to report something," he said. The officer asked what the issue was. Daniel hesitated for a moment, then spoke again. "I'm going to disappear, and I don't think you'll be able to find me." At first, the officer assumed it was a joke, or perhaps a sign of mental distress. People came in with strange statements all the time. It was part of the job. He asked Daniel if he was in danger, if someone was threatening him. Daniel shook his head. "No one's threatening me," he said. "It's already happening." The officer began asking more direct questions. What did he mean by already happening? Was he planning to leave town? Did he intend to harm himself? Did he need medical assistance? Daniel's answers were vague, frustratingly so. "I don't think I'll be here tomorrow," he said. "Not in any way that matters." He refused to elaborate further. After several minutes of conversation, with no clear indication of a crime or immediate danger, the officer did what protocol allowed. He documented the interaction, advised Daniel to seek help if he felt unsafe, and let him leave. Daniel thanked him. Then he walked out of the station. That was the last confirmed sighting of Daniel Mercer, at least the last one that made any sense. Later that day, Daniel's coworker noticed he hadn't returned to the office after his lunch break. That in itself was unusual. Daniel never missed work without notice. Calls to his phone went straight to voicemail. By evening, concern began to grow. By the next morning, a missing persons report was filed. Police started with the obvious. They went to Daniel's apartment. The door was locked from the inside.